In this lesson, we will look at how to open both 2D seismic windows and 3D inlines, crosslines, and time slices. Opening them from the project manager is simple, and you've already seen me do that on several occasions. But after you have opened a seismic window, you can open other windows directly from within it, and that is what I really want to show you. To begin, I'll review how to open windows from the project manager, and then we will move on to opening other lines from within the display windows themselves. To start, I will use the Laurentian Basin project, so if you are working along with me, then pause the video and open it now. Here you see the list of all the lines in the project. The simplest way to look at any line is to select it and hit the display button. I will do that now. When you look at a line that way, the program uses a saved scene called default home position to get the settings for how the window should look when opened. We talked about saved scenes earlier. They are incredibly useful, and if you look at the list, you will see an entry called default home position. Once you become more familiar with the display settings, you can set the display up any way you want and then overwrite this default scene. This makes life a lot easier for you because our defaults may not be what you want. The other way to open a line is from the list of saved scenes, which you can see here. In this case, I have a saved scene that displays the line as a wiggle trace display. If you want to look at that scene, then select it. Notice that when you do, an image of what the display will look like is displayed in the Scenes tab. Then click the Display 2D Scene button. And yes, the Explorer does do wiggles. Very well, thank you. There is a third way of opening a 2D line, and that is from within a seismic window itself. These lines show the positions of tie lines. If you switch to the Select mode and then hold your mouse over one of the lines, a flyout will pop up that shows you what the line is. If, while the line is highlighted, you click the right mouse button, you will see a menu that gives you the option of opening the line. If you're following along with me, then do that now. And that's all there is to opening 2D lines. Now let's take a look at opening inlines, crosslines, and time slices. For that, close the Laurentian Basin project and open the F3 Offshore Netherlands project. As you would expect, opening lines in 3D is virtually the same as opening them in 2D, with the exception that instead of having a single Display Seismic button, there are now 3 buttons, one each for inlines, crosslines, and time slices. There is also a Display 3D Scene button that lets you open saved scenes exactly the way you did with the 2D line. Go ahead and click the Display Inline button. Just as you could open tie lines from within a 2D line, you can open crosslines and time slices directly from within an inline. Go ahead and switch to Select mode. Then, right-click the mouse at the position where you want to open, in this case, a time slice. Click Open Time Slice here. Pretty simple. Here, I have arranged the inline and the time slice side by side so that I can show you how to control one slice from another. If you want to reposition, in this case, the time slice, then while its tie line is selected in the inline display, press and hold down the left mouse button, drag the tie line to a new position, and then release the mouse button. Watch how the position of the time slice changes as I drag its corresponding tie line up and down. I'll do that a few times with both the time slice and the inline, and I'll let you do the same. So that, very briefly, is how you open and control seismic windows from within the project manager. And that's good for you to know because, let's face it, opening and controlling seismic windows from within the project manager is pretty much everything the Explorer is about.